Hey there, hey, it's your girl Joe Bullock. It's been a minute since I've done a video for my YouTubers, but listen, I'm back and I want to share a video with you, and I want to make it short and sweet, so I'm gonna get right to it. So let's do this. All right, could this be the reason you're single? I actually did an event in the DMV. If you're in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area, make sure you're connected with me because I love doing events for all of my amazing young singles. And we did an event here, and you have to read the blog to kind of get some of the juice, but I'll tell you a little bit about it. But I just noticed like some of the ways that some of the women showed up at the speed dating event, the energy they had, the vibe, it just wasn't anything that would have magnetically attract a man into their life. And I just asked, could this be perhaps the reason that some of them are single, or maybe you are single if you are doing some of these things? And it has to do with your attitude, and it has to do with your behavior. So you guys know I'm a list chick, and I'll be sharing a list here today of, I don't know if I'm gonna get through all 5. I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can. And if not, you can continue the conversation on my blog and let me know what you think. So, could this be the reason that you're single? 5 mistakes to avoid that will keep you single way longer than you want to be, or you should, okay? So the first thing is focusing on the negative. In any given situation, if you're a speed dating event, you don't want to focus on how many men that aren't there. You don't want to focus on the physical attributes that you don't like about a guy. Really just focus on the opportunity to meet new people. Focus on what is positive. I mean, that's biblical, right? The word of God tells us to focus on those things that's good. Focus on those things that's lovely. Focus on those things that's a good report. It does you nothing. It serves you nothing to focus on what doesn't work, how many people did not show up, who did not talk to you, who did not come over. Like all of that, it doesn't do anything for you. It may be factual, but think about what you can do and focus on the positive of how you can just adjust and pivot to make it and create the life and relationship you want. A lot of times people think that married people are happier, and it's not really true. Well, sometimes it can be true, but it's not because they're married. What happens is people that are happier tend to want to be with other people that are happy, and the more joy and happiness that you have in your life, the more it will attract a man into your life. For my women, and men, tell me the truth, you're more attracted to a woman who is happy, who has joy, who doesn't have drama, who focuses on the positive, who knows how to see the good in bad situations. Okay, I'm just saying. So one thing I said, and I'm gonna share with you, because depending on when you're watching this, I have the Power of Letting Go. Every month I'm doing a webinar series, and this month I'm doing a webinar series on the power of letting go. And in that, I share with everybody that, listen, if you aren't happy 99% of the time, 98.5% of the time, then that is evidence that there's some additional healing, there's some brokenness within you, maybe from a hurt relationship with a parent or past partner, that is causing that negativity to dwell there. Because yeah, you should have joy. You should have joy in your spirit. Okay, number 2, expecting the man to do all the work. Okay, whether that's, that's not gonna happen. Men are just as intimidated, just as don't want to deal with rejection any more than we do as women. So don't expect the man to do all the work. Even at the speed dating event, I actually I hosted the event. I went and talked to every guy. I'm sure if I did not take the initiative to engage in conversation with every man that was in the room, that I wouldn't have spoke to every man in the room. And everybody was in their own little corner. We were trying to do a game to kind of get people mixing, but hindsight, I think we had too many chairs in there. So it kind of created people in like these little clusters, like some girls was here, some guys was there. And so I just was kind of trying to thrust myself to engage and bring people into conversation and make people feel comfortable. So don't expect guys to do all the work. But if I sat back and wait for them to speak to me, they probably would have never. Number 3, holding on to the list. Listen, lists are good, but they're not the end all be all. You, especially when it's a bunch of superficial things on your list, you have to look beyond that. At this event that we had, I mean, all the guys looked good. All of them seemed like they were pretty stand-up guys. And I feel like a lot of the ladies let the opportunity pass them by because maybe they weren't that 6'1", 200-pound guy, maybe, you know what I'm saying? So don't ditch the list. Make sure you just have the right things on your list. And I have more of that. Maybe I'll link it in my blog on what I talk about making the right choice. One of my very first blogs I ever wrote that talks about how to make the right choice when it comes to dating relationships and having the right list. Okay, putting in minimum effort when you show up. Make sure you're looking good. Dresses always go well, but not too short. You want to keep it kind of by the knee, maybe even a little shorter, 1 to 2 inches above the knee, that's fine. But once you get 4 or 5 inches above the knee, or more than 3 inches above the knee, it gets a little too sexy and a little bit too much body showing. But make sure you know, just throwing a little makeup. Like I just put on makeup for this video. It took me all of 5 minutes. You know, make sure your hair is nice. Put on a little bit of jewelry, accessories, make sure you look good. Yeah, the basic. But show up your best self. Be cute, be classy. Lastly, but definitely not least, is possessing beauty that is only skin deep. This is, I blogged about this too. Maybe I'll link it back into my old blog series where I talk about beauty is only skin deep. Like, yeah, being cute is nice and all, but one thing it was Holly Berry says is like, although she's ranked as like one of the most beautifulest women in the world, right? She was like in this magazine laid out as one of the most beautiful women in the world. And she said, you know what? Being beautiful hasn't spared me nothing. It hasn't spared me anything. She says being beautiful has pretty much been worthless to her. It's like it didn't do anything for her. It definitely didn't send her any heartbreaks, and it made love still was hard for her. So don't think just because you're cute or because you aren't as cute as you need to be or you want to be that it really is going to make a difference. Really, it's true that beauty really is from the inside. That beauty of your soul, your spirit radiates on the outside. So anyway, that's my 5 tips. If you want to read more, you can check out my blog. I elaborate on each of these points and kind of talk about some different angles. You can check it out below, or you can go ahead and sign up for my next webinar series. I have so many amazing free gifts for you, so I'll link them all down below, and I have an amazing 3-part video series that, oh my god, is to die for. So I'll see you in the next video. Be blessed, have a great day.